What is it really going to cost you to live in Raleigh, North Carolina in 2025? The answer might surprise you. Whether you're relocating out of state, moving from Charlotte, or just curious about what your monthly budget would look like here in the Triangle, this video has you covered. Today I'm breaking down the real cost of living in Raleigh and its surrounding hotspots like Apex, Cary, Wake Forest, and even Durham. We're diving into updated home prices, utilities, health insurance, and even more, so you can see exactly where your money will go the furthest in 2025. And stick around, because I'm also sharing 9 key factors you must consider before moving to Raleigh, North Carolina. We moved here from California about 7 years ago, sight unseen, and had to figure all of this out the hard way. We use tools like Bankrate's cost of living calculator and firsthand experience. We've done the homework for you. So let's get into it. Number 1, the housing market in Raleigh in 2025 and surrounding areas. As of April 2025, the average price for a single family home in Raleigh is about $474,500, down slightly from the previous year. This is great news for buyers. After the intense price surges we saw from 2021 to 2023, the good news is the average appreciation is still up 0.4% year over year, even though the prices are coming down. So if you're going to be doing 10% as a down payment, that's just over about $50,000 upfront on the average home price, with a loan amount around $424,500, with current interest rates hovering around 6.55% and a little bit lower depending on if you go 15 years. Your monthly mortgage payment, including property taxes, homeowners insurance, and PMI, is going to land you around $3,200 to $3,600 a month, which isn't bad. Definitely check with your lender, or we can refer you to one of the ones that we use for our local clients. There's a lot of options out there to get your payment that works within your budget. Neighborhood Spotlight, there are a few counties that most people focus on when they fly in to see us. Those counties are Wake County, Durham County, and Orange County. North Raleigh is slightly more affordable, with a little bit older homes averaging around $475,000. Inside the Beltline, which means the areas in Raleigh that are enclosed by Interstate I-440, it's called the 440 Loop, and these normally have the easiest travel time to Raleigh and the surrounding areas, so the prices are a little bit higher. In those areas, you can expect to pay upwards of $600,000 to $700,000 for something that's move-in ready. Places like Knightdale, Clayton, Roseville, Wendell Falls, or Garner are going to run you around $400,000 to $450,000 depending on what you pick. These are solid options for buyers on a little bit tighter budget, and they have so many awesome amenities, and many of these areas are close to the I-540, which is the outer loop, I-87, I-64, and I-264. which will get you to Raleigh within, depending, 15 to 30 minutes, which is pretty easy drive, especially for us coming from California, where 15 or 30 miles could mean an hour and a half, 2 hours, or more. Fun fact about Raleigh, the home values have actually risen nearly 45% since 2020, with recent cooling, but they are still increasing in value, which is good. That's long-term equity potential, which most cities can't even touch. This has changed for the positive tremendously since we moved here. When we moved here from out west in 2018, the actual prices going up or having any value was like this. Then probably about a year and a half later, it went like this. And then of course for COVID, it went like this. And now it's like this, which is awesome. And we actually reside in Wendell, the Wendell Knightdale area, and we absolutely love it. Number 2, HOA cost. What to expect in the Triangle. HOA fees, if you're buying a home in Wake, Durham, or Orange County, chances are high it comes with a homeowners association fee. Here's what they typically look like. A single family home is going to run you about $50 to $100 a month. Townhomes, because a little bit more upkeep, $100 to $175 a month. Condos, because it has the most, $150 to maybe $250 a month. Again, they can vary. I can get the specific information when you give us a call or text us here on this number on the screen. And if you need any more information about anything, HOAs, any type of HOA fee, or any type of information, please feel free to give us a call. What do HOAs cover? Think neighborhood pools, clubhouses, sometimes lawn care, trash removal, community maintenance, and then some neighborhoods like Bedford at Falls River or Wakefield offer full amenity packages with tennis courts, trails, and even splash pads for the kiddos for only under around $100 a month. Pretty incredible bang for your buck. Some of the tips: the HOA bylaws before buying, some have rental restrictions, pet limitations, and we can always put you in the right direction with a text or a call. Number 3, homeowners insurance. Let's talk homeowners insurance. Never fun. In North Carolina, we're sitting right around $1,600 per year on average in Raleigh, and that's very reasonable compared to the coastal states or the hurricane-prone zones like Florida. I hear many of our clients that actually fly in cannot even purchase homeowners insurance, which is crazy. And it's literally part of the reason that they're coming to Raleigh on top of some of the great weather that we have. A few things that will affect your rate: age of your home, roof conditions, proximity to fire stations, sometimes credit score, and different coverage levels. Older homes near downtown Raleigh may cost more to insure, while newer builds in Holly Springs, Clayton, Knightdale, Wendell Falls, they'll often qualify for a much better rate due to energy efficiency and the updated systems that they put in the houses, which is pretty cool. Number 4, food and groceries. We all need it, we all want it. Cost to feed a family in Raleigh, groceries and dining. This is kind of where the budget gets a little bit personal for you and me. Here's a basic range for a family of 4. Groceries are going to cost you anywhere between $1,200 to $1,500 a month. Dining out, add an extra $300 to $600 depending on what restaurant you go to. We've got all the major chains here: Harris Teeter, Food Lion, Wegmans, Publix. They're amazing. Costco, they're awesome. And we go to these quite often. And if you're a little bit more budget conscious, Aldi, Lidl are becoming go-to options in North Carolina. We as a family of 4, we spend probably on the lower side, anywhere between $800 to $1,000 a month on our groceries, just to give you a gauge. And I love it. I'm fortunate because my wife Brandy is an awesome cook. She's amazing. I'm learning how to chip in, do a little grill action, do a little barbecue here and there. I'm getting better. Even took a class on doing barbecue. But let me tell you, I'm blessed. I will say that the cost of groceries seems to be very similar to California, where we relocated from about 7 years ago. And some of the fruits and vegetables actually seem to be more expensive here for whatever reason. The good news is that we're getting more diverse in our foods and our culture in North Carolina, which means if you're looking for Hispanic food, which growing up in Southern California was very important to me, or any type of Asian products, they do exist. There's some specialty markets like El Ranchito or El Toro Supreme markets. They're gonna have all the different types of foods that you need for any type of like tomatillo or any type of salsa, any type of special meats, carne asada, which is great on the grill. But just so many things that are awesome, and you can definitely find it here in Raleigh, which is great. And for Asian or even Vietnamese food, you'll find Saigon Supermarket and K Hong Market are amazing. We go to all of these places. They are amazing, and they're great places, and you'll love them. Some local insight: there's a lot of cool farmers markets now, like the Raleigh State Farmers Market that we actually love, or the Caribou's Market. They're fantastic for fresh produce. I mean, fresh, awesome, like off the farm. Great prices, and it's better than eating out. But if you're eating out, you can expect that lunch is probably going to be $12 to $15 for one person, and for dinner it's probably going to be about $20 or $30 per person. So probably similar to where you're at. And there's some awesome spots that you can come. When you come out and visit us, you definitely want to try Cheetos Tacos. Awesome, amazing margaritas. They're in Raleigh. There's also some amazing barbecue, which isn't just North Carolina barbecue. It's called Prime Barbecue in Knightdale, which is world renowned, won a bunch of awards. They're actually going to have a steakhouse that are opening up in Durham. The moist prime biscuit is amazing. All the sides are amazing. A little bit on the pricey side, but you'll definitely love it. And then of course, Osha Sushi in Holly Springs. Ooh, to die for. And make sure that you ask the chef when you go there for the sushi special of the day. Expect to pay a little bit more, but you'll definitely thank me. Call me, text me, show me some pictures, tell me how it is. Another fun fact about Raleigh. Raleigh actually ranks in the top 15 cities in the US for food diversity with growing popularity, like I said, Thai, Korean, Vietnamese, Mexican, and even vegan cuisine, which my wife is probably 90% vegan. Number 5, auto insurance and gas prices. One thing coming from California that I was pretty happy when I got here when I saw what the prices are here. Auto insurance in Raleigh is still, pretty affordable. Your average rate is anywhere from $1,250 to $1,600 a year. That's about like $105, $135 a month. I actually pay a little bit less. I pay around $80, $90 a month. I went with Progressive. My driving record's really good. All the stuff's really good, but that was actually a pretty good option for us. So it just depends on like what cars you have, the age of the car, other factors that are gonna weigh in are the zip code where you live, of course, like what I said, your driving record. And like I said previously, who your insurance provider is makes a big difference. So here's a little tip. Using the providers like USAA or North Carolina Farm Bureau can often score you better rates than the national chains on top of Progressive. So it's definitely a way to go. So now let's talk gas. As of spring 2025, regular unleaded is around $3.45 a gallon, and to be honest, I've seen some in the $2.79. Diesel is around $4 a gallon, and that's literally $1.50 to $2 a gallon cheaper than Los Angeles, California. So I'll take it all day long. When we relocated 7 years ago, that was a big thing that we saw as soon as we came in, and it's been pretty awesome. Also, there are a ton of electric chargers. To be exact, there's 1,012 just in Raleigh itself as of spring 2025. And there's also 291 electric chargers in Durham, which is awesome. And in North Carolina, many of the chargers are superchargers, so that'll actually make your life a lot easier. Recently, we actually purchased a Ford Mach-E, and it pays off quickly. Public transportation does exist, but it isn't as robust as in some of the larger metros. Most residents here rely on their vehicles daily, especially in the suburban areas. A lot of trucks, you can see lots and lots and lots of trucks. And some of the suburban areas would be like Apex, Roseville, Fuquay, Varina. They'll have way more public transportation outside in Raleigh and Durham just because of the larger populations. And they've actually built the infrastructure. Number 6, utilities. What you're really paying for monthly. Let's break down these utilities. For a standard single family home, electricity is gonna be approximately $130 to $200 a month, just depending on how hot it gets and how much you turn on that AC. It doesn't get super cold out here. There's like little touches of it, but you'll definitely use your heat for a few months in the winter. Water and sewer, we actually have septic, but water and sewer will cost you anywhere between $70 to $100 a month. Gas, we have propane, but gas for city will cost you about $50 to $80, which is actually a pretty good price compared to what we're paying in propane, and we use, a lot of it. And depending on what you run your gas on, of course, it's gonna make a big difference. Trash and recycling, often it's included in sitting taxes. We pay $110 a quarter, so it's not bad. Internet, 1 gigabyte fiber, and you can get good fiber out here, being close to the Research Triangle Park. It's gonna be about $75 to $90 a month. So your total average utilities is probably gonna cost you anywhere between $250 to $400 a month. Energy efficient homes with solar or new HVAC systems can definitely reduce that bill a lot. On the flip side, if you're buying an older home with original windows or original insulation, expect to pay a little bit more, especially during the hot summers. We also use the Train app and Google Home to monitor the places that we have. That actually helps a lot. So I can see if, is it set at 60, 58, where are we at? On the super hot days that the air conditioning is not blowing through the roof. So those I would definitely recommend. Number 7, health insurance. Health insurance in North Carolina can be a big ticket item, kind of depending on whether you're self-employed or depending on who you work for. On the private market in 2025, single adults are anywhere between $500 to $700 a month for insurance. A family of 4, because a lot of times they'll give you a discount, is going to be anywhere from $1,400 to $2,100 a month. Urgent care visits in Raleigh normally average around $125 to $170 a month out of pocket. Most primary care copays range anywhere from $20 to $40, depending on who your plan is and who you have. If you're self-employed and you're not receiving employer benefits, these are the #1 things that you want to factor in. If you have young kids, consider plans like Blue Cross of North Carolina or Ambetter. They're popular in the area with reasonable deductibles. Of course, if you have your employer and they have amazing health insurance, which there's a lot of them out here, this will not even be an issue. Many of the biotech and tech companies that are all over the place in North Carolina are providing amazing benefits. And a lot of these companies, they're in the Research Triangle Park, which they also call the RTP. Number 8, here we go. Full monthly budget breakdown. Here's a sample budget for your family of 4 living in a 3-bedroom home in the Raleigh area. When we break it down, mortgage, put in 10% down, $474,500 house. That's gonna come out to about $3,400 a month, give or take a couple $100. HOAs, $75. Grocery and dining, $1,600, which could be a little high. Utilities, about $275 a month. Auto insurance for 2 cars, about $250, could be a little less. Health insurance, the big one, let's just say it's about $1,500 a month. And then when you put miscellaneous in for $150, and of course, if you're like us, depending if you make more trips to Costco or Trader Joe's or any of those, that way you can save on the food. And if your job has amazing health care, this can make a huge difference in your decision to move to Raleigh. And finally, number 9, where you get the best bang for your buck, and there's quite a few out here. If you're on a tighter budget, but you still want that triangle lifestyle, here are my top picks. Number 1 for us, people love Clayton. Lower taxes, newer homes, 35 minutes from downtown Raleigh. It's blowing up in Clayton and it's just awesome. It's actually in Johnston County, but it's very close for a commute. Zebulon is definitely rising in popularity, has way more space. You can get some of those lots out there, and for your dollars, you definitely get more space. Fuquay-Varina is very family friendly, great schools, and it's definitely more affordable than going to Apex or Cary. Wake Forest has a historic charm, vibrant downtown, and good mix of prices. Knightdale is very diverse, very family friendly, has a beautiful Knightdale Station Park, huge soccer, prime barbecues over there. It's definitely growing, and it has a ton of box chains as you drive a little bit more into the main city. Knightdale is probably 15 to 20 minutes from Raleigh, and I'm telling you, the drive is easy. There's a ton of freeways here, and to get there is it's easy. Then there's Wendell and Wendell Falls, very up and coming. You can definitely read up on Wendell Falls, North Carolina. This neighborhood has exploded over the last 5 years. It just used to be dirt. They have plenty of new amenities and shops within the town, on top of more to come. And the shops that they have now are like Publix, Jersey Mike's, Starbucks, City Barbecue. I like it. Take Prime a little bit better, just to name a few. They actually also have the Collective at Treelight Square. They'll give you a bunch of information online, and it just shows you how the town's exploding. You want walkability and urban vibes? Check out downtown Raleigh condos. They're awesome, but prepare to spend a little bit more money, but you will have basically anything you want, and you can walk there, bike there, take a short drive there. Everything's close. So there you have it. There's your 2025 cost of living breakdown for Raleigh and beyond. If you're thinking about making a move or investing here in the Triangle, I'd love to be your real estate resource and give you even more information before you move out this way. If you found this information helpful, please press the like button and subscribe so other people like you can definitely get this information and you can get them weekly. If you're considering relocating to Raleigh or the surrounding areas and you're looking to purchase a home, we would love to help. All you have to do is reach out to us. Again, our number's right here on the screen. Whether you want to give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email. We would love to chat. So till next time, see y'all later.